Ever felt like you were dancing to someone else's tune, only to realize the music stopped long ago? Often we find ourselves masked in smiles and nods, thinking we're in sync with those around us, only to discover our rhythm is completely off. It's a tough realization and can leave you questioning the authenticity of those smiles and the true intention behind those nods. Today, we're diving into the subtle art of reading between the lines, decoding the hidden signs that someone might not actually like you, despite what their outward gestures suggest. And through the lens of Stoicism, we'll explore how understanding these signs isn't just about saving face, but about cultivating a life of genuine relationships and inner tranquility. So, get ready, because we're about to strip away the facade and get to the heart of true intentions. This isn't just about learning to spot a fake friend, it's about empowering yourself to attract and nurture relationships that align with your deepest values and virtues. If you appreciate what we're doing here, a simple free favor I'm going to ask is that you hit the subscribe button. Also, please share this video with someone who might benefit from these insights. Let's spread the wisdom of genuine relationships and stoic tranquility together. Let's begin. It starts subtly, doesn't it? A little jab here, a nudge there, all disguised under the banner of humor. You might hear things like, "Oh, I'm just kidding," or "Can't you take a joke?" It seems harmless, friendly even, but often there's a deeper layer simmering beneath those laughs. This is where Stoicism sheds some light. Stoics believe in facing life directly, valuing honesty and clarity. When someone constantly points out your flaws, even jokingly, it might be their way of expressing hidden irritations or judgments. They mask their true feelings under the guise of humor, making it challenging for you to confront them without seeming overly sensitive. But remember, the Stoic principle of perceiving things objectively can empower us. It allows us to see the situation for what it truly is, a form of veiled disrespect, not just harmless banter. But why focus on the negative, you might wonder? Because if we keep ignoring these little jabs, we might find ourselves accepting a lesser image of ourselves. Each joke chips away a bit more at how we see ourselves and how much respect we command in those relationships. By recognizing this pattern, we prepare ourselves not just to ward off the discomfort it brings, but to face it head-on. What's crucial here is not just identifying the pattern, but understanding why it matters. In Stoicism, we seek inner peace and resilience, qualities that are hard to maintain if we're constantly on the defensive. Confronting these jokes not only preserves our self-esteem, but also establishes boundaries that define how we expect to be treated. So next time you find yourself the target of a joke, take a moment to reflect on whether this pattern respects your dignity or diminishes it. If it's the latter, it might be time to have an honest conversation about respect, boundaries, and genuine friendship. This isn't about losing your sense of humor. It's about ensuring that respect and kindness aren't the punchline in your relationships. These are the types of compliments that at first glance seem kind or flattering, but upon closer inspection carry a sting. The compliments with a twist, like, "Wow, you actually pulled it off," or "I didn't expect you to manage, congrats." It sounds like a compliment, but it doesn't feel right, does it? That's because there's an implied criticism hidden under what's outwardly a compliment. Now, let's apply some Stoic wisdom here. Stoicism teaches us the importance of sincerity and clarity in our interactions. When someone offers a backhanded compliment, they're often revealing more about their own insecurities and judgments than about your abilities or achievements. They might say, "You're smarter than you look," which on one hand acknowledges your intelligence, but on the other suggests something less flattering about how you present yourself. Why is it crucial to recognize and confront these disguised digs? Stoicism encourages us to foster relationships based on genuine respect and mutual growth, not competitive undermining or subtle insinuations. Each time we accept a backhanded compliment without questioning, we may inadvertently endorse the other's distorted perception of us. More importantly, we allow our own understanding of self-worth to be influenced by someone else's lack of kindness. The correct response isn't necessarily confrontation, which may seem too direct for many. Instead, reflect on why the comment was made. You might even politely challenge the person, asking them to clarify what they meant. This not only addresses the issue, but also encourages more honest dialogue. For example, responding with, "Thanks, what made you say that?" can gently nudge the person to reconsider the impact of their words. By practicing this level of discernment, we uphold the Stoic ideal of living with virtue and integrity, ensuring our interactions are respectful and reflective of our true values. Remember, it's not just about rejecting negativity, but nurturing a positive, truthful, and supportive environment around us. This is how we turn potentially harmful situations into opportunities for personal growth and clearer communication. It's that sinking feeling when you realize you weren't invited to the dinner party everyone is buzzing about, or when group plans consistently seem to forget your inclusion. This isn't just about missing out on fun. It's about feeling sidelined, an afterthought in your social circles. Often it can seem like a joke, with comments like, "Oh, we thought you were too busy to come," or "We must have forgotten to send your invite." While it may be delivered with a laugh, the underlying message can leave you feeling less than amused. In the context of Stoicism, we are reminded that our response to external events is more important than the events themselves. Social exclusion, whether deliberate or not, provides a crucial opportunity for introspection and response. Stoics would advise us to reflect on our perception of these situations. Are we truly being excluded, or are we interpreting unintentional oversights as personal slights? And if the exclusion is intentional, it offers a moment to reassess the value and health of those relationships. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our own thoughts and actions, rather than trying to control the actions of others. It's important, then, to approach these situations with a clear head and an open heart. Ask directly and gently about the event, expressing your feelings without accusation. For example, saying something like, "I noticed I wasn't included in last week's get-together. I felt a bit left out. Can we talk about what happened?" This type of dialogue can illuminate whether the oversight was innocent or reflects a deeper issue within the group dynamic. Facing social exclusion head-on not only helps clarify your social standing, but also reinforces your self-respect and boundaries. It ensures that your relationships are built on transparency and respect, aligning well with Stoic principles. Remember, it's not about forcing inclusion, but ensuring that your social interactions are genuine and reciprocal. In the long run, fostering connections that naturally include and value your presence is key to maintaining both social harmony and personal peace. Ever notice how some friends are perpetually busy when you want to hang out, yet somehow always seem to have time for others? They might laugh it off, saying sorry, swamped as always, joking about their constant unavailability. This often leaves a mixed message. Is their busy schedule a genuine constraint or a convenient excuse? This kind of ambiguity can be confusing and even hurtful, especially if you value the relationship. From a Stoic perspective, we're reminded to focus on our internal reactions rather than external actions. It's crucial not to take this personally or let it affect your peace of mind. Stoicism teaches us to accept the things we cannot change, including others' priorities. However, it also emphasizes the importance of self-respect and honest communication. If someone's constant busyness affects you, it's worth addressing in a conversation. A simple, direct approach can be most effective, like saying, "I've noticed it's been hard to find time together. Can we plan something that works with your schedule?" This can help clarify if the issue is really about time or about the value placed on your relationship. It's also important to maintain a sense of humor without compromising your needs. Joking about the situation with something like, "Hey, should I book an appointment 2 months in advance?" can keep the tone friendly, but also convey your genuine desire to connect. It's a balance between respecting their time and asserting your place in their life. This sign, like the others, offers an opportunity for growth and understanding. It invites you to consider the quality and reciprocity of your relationships. Stoicism doesn't mean passively accepting poor treatment. Instead, it encourages us to engage with our circumstances thoughtfully and proactively, ensuring that our social connections are meaningful and respectful. So use these moments of unavailability, not just to question others' commitment, but to affirm your own values and how you choose to spend your time and emotional energy. This sign is subtle, often overlooked, but when someone consistently avoids even the smallest physical contact, like a handshake or a casual pat on the back, it can signal discomfort or distance. You might hear it joked about in comments like, "Oh, I'm just not a hugger," or "better not get too close, I might catch something." While these remarks are often said in jest, they can mask a deeper reluctance to establish closeness or intimacy, leaving you feeling unexpectedly isolated or rejected in social settings. In Stoic terms, this scenario is a reminder to focus on what we can control, our perceptions and reactions. The philosophy teaches us not to impose our expectations on others, but to accept their levels of comfort. However, it also encourages us to seek clarity and understanding in our interactions. If you notice someone maintaining a physical distance, it's appropriate to consider the context. Is their behavior consistent across all their relationships, or is it specific to the interaction with you? Addressing this directly might not always be comfortable, but it can be approached with lightness to keep the conversation open and non-confrontational. For example, you might say, "I've noticed you're not much for handshakes. Is that just your style, or is there something I should know?" This not only shows respect for their boundaries, but also expresses your interest in understanding and respecting their personal space. Physical distance doesn't need to create emotional distance. By discussing these observations openly, you can overcome misunderstandings and foster a relationship that respects both parties' comfort levels. Stoicism teaches us to rely primarily on ourselves, cultivating an inner resilience that can withstand life's fluctuations. However, this philosophy also values community and support, recognizing that humans are inherently social creatures. When friends downplay your absence in tough times, it's an opportunity to reflect on the nature of those relationships. Are they friends of convenience, present only when circumstances are easy and enjoyable? This sign encourages you to evaluate the depth and reliability of your connections. It's not about casting blame, but understanding who you can truly rely on. You can approach this with those involved by expressing your feelings without accusation. For example, saying, "I've noticed I haven't seen much of you when things were tough. It's been a difficult time, and I could really use your support," invites open dialogue and gives the other person a chance to explain or adjust their behavior. Moreover, Stoicism doesn't advocate passive acceptance of all situations. Instead, it encourages thoughtful action based on our values. If you value loyalty and support, it's perfectly reasonable to seek relationships that reflect these qualities. By doing so, you honor not only your own needs, but also the Stoic ideal of living according to nature, which includes forming and maintaining meaningful relationships. Recognizing this sign isn't just about identifying who isn't there for you, it's also about appreciating those who are. It reinforces the importance of being selective with your inner circle, choosing to invest your time and energy in relationships that are not only enjoyable, but deeply supportive. If you find yourself the subject of gossip, it's important to address this directly with those involved. This doesn't need to be confrontational. A simple, straightforward conversation can clarify your position and perhaps enlighten the gossiper about the impact of their words. You could say, "I heard you shared something about me that wasn't meant to be public. Can we talk about what happened?" This approach shows you value honesty and direct communication, principles deeply rooted in Stoic thought. Furthermore, encountering gossip offers an opportunity for personal growth. It tests your resilience and offers a chance to practice forgiveness and understanding, key aspects of Stoic ethics. Remember, everyone makes mistakes, including those who may speak without thinking. The goal is not just to correct misinformation or stop gossip, but to foster a culture of transparency and respect in your relationships. In a broader sense, understanding why people gossip can also be enlightening. Often it stems from insecurity, jealousy, or a desire for social leverage. Recognizing these motives can help you empathize with the gossiper and address the root cause of the behavior rather than just the symptoms. This aligns with the Stoic practice of looking beyond the surface of actions to understand their ethical and emotional foundations. Handling gossip effectively is about more than safeguarding your reputation. It's about cultivating a life where sincerity and integrity are at the forefront, reflecting the true spirit of Stoicism. Thank you for joining me today on this journey through the subtleties of human interactions. Remember, understanding these signs isn't just about navigating social waters more effectively. It's about enriching our lives with more authentic and respectful relationships. If you found this discussion insightful, check out one of the suggested videos on your screen to dive even deeper into the world of Stoic wisdom.